Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again. And I just wanted to weigh in on this whole Russell Wilson getting a mega contract, breaking the NFL, being the highest paid player in the NFL right now. Um, Crazy, right? Um, I'm not I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked. So it's funny. He got that bag, y'all. He got the bag. Now I'm gonna go into. I know you guys probably read some of the clauses and the things that's in his contract. It's interesting because it's the first of its kind. Now, first of all, listen to me when I tell you, he bodied the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, for you to just go in there and be like, look, bruh, I need you to pay me such and such amount of money on my deadline on April 15th, or I ain't signing with y'all. Y'all might as well trade me or send me off to another team. What's up? What you gonna do? You let me know. First of all, I gotta say that his agent Mark Rogers is a boss, because they interviewed him and they were like, look, my goal is to make Russell Wilson paid handsomely and make sure that he stays in Seattle. So that was the thing. Like, it was a ploy for his agent to go in there and be like, look, this is where we want Russell Wilson to be. He is going to stay a Seattle Seahawk, and he's going to be that player for that team. And damn sure believe that deadline. I saw that, what was it? It was Monday night that it happened. So yeah. So next morning I was like, I woke up this morning and was like, did he just sign that type? Like, I thought that, I'll be honest with you, yesterday I was thinking that Russell Wilson wasn't going to get signed. I thought that he was going to get traded. Now, this is why I don't listen to the talking heads, because it was sports journalists that basically made up the stuff saying, oh, he could get traded to the Giants, or he could go to a whole nother team and get... I knew that wasn't going to happen. But I was really trying to figure out what was going to be the breakdown, what was going to be the scenario with the Seattle Seahawks. And it's just interesting to see how everything transpired. Now, Russell Wilson did get, at that deadline last night, because when I woke up this morning, I seen it. And all day at work today, I was just thinking about it like, dang, like, he just reset the market. Now, I know that when Pat Mahomes when his contract is up next year, he's gonna get a lot of money. So this is the reason why Cowboys need to go ahead and get Dak signed right now, while it makes sense. Because even though he's the highest paid quarterback, I think that Pat Mahomes is gonna take that one to a whole new level next year when the cap goes up another $10 million. Because again, we've been on this ride every year that the cap's been going up every $10 million every year because of the revenue generated by the NFL, which means the NFL is doing good right now. He signed a 4-year, $140 million. That's $35 million a year. So basically, he's the highest paid quarterback, highest paid player. Off the strength of, you think about it, Aaron Rodgers was making what, 33, and he was the highest paid quarterback at first. Now it's Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson now has that he took the throne away from him. So he took that 33 and upped him to 35. Now, what's interesting about his contract is $65 million to sign. That's your bonus. That's crazy. His contract is totally guaranteed. The whole $107 million is guaranteed. I don't think anybody else in the NFL has that type of contract. That's like NFL, MLB. That's baseball and basketball type contracts where you get it fully guaranteed. I don't think anybody's ever had that in the NFL. That's a first. Also, too, what also caught my eye was there's a no trade clause in there. Boy, you just. So your contract is fully guaranteed, and you got a no trade clause, so they can't get rid of you? Wow. What? Bodied the contract, bro. Bodied it. When I tell you that, like, he came out like a villain. And then if you follow him on Twitter, you see the video that he did. He was laying in the bed with Sierra, and he made that video. He was like, hey, I'm locked in. Deal's done, Seattle, and Sierra's like, go Hawks. It's shout out to Sierra because she ain't got it. Sierra ain't got to sing another song. And I know that she made a lot of money off of Level Up, but she don't need to level. She leveled up. When I tell you that she level up, she leveled up. They leveled up. It's like Mario. They went in the tubes and bloop, bloop, bloop. They leveled up. They leveled up. They good. They good, bro. They at the highest. Let me tell you something. God is good for them right now. So anyway, I need to go out there to Seattle and borrow $1 or something because it's crazy. He got all this money. You know what I'm saying? Break your boy off a little something. But anyway, so if you add that to the contract that he already has, because again, I think he still had another year in his contract. So total it's 5 years, $157 million, and that's, like I said, that's including his contract now. So he made out like a bandit, y'all. His agent Mark Rogers made it happen. He said he was going to do it. He was confident. They went in there and they got it done. And like I said, he just went in there like a boss and was like, "Look, this is the deadline I got, son. Go ahead and pay your boy." So that's what he had with that. How does this affect Dak Prescott and our Dallas Cowboys? Now, I'm going to leave room for interpretation on that. Matter of fact, I want all of you guys that's watching this video that are Cowboy fans, and those of you that are Seattle Seahawks fans that does watch this, shout out to you guys too. For getting your quarterback. Let me know what y'all think as Seattle Seahawks fans too. If you guys are in the comment box, let me know what y'all think. But also my Dallas Cowboy fans, I want you guys to let me know what you think as well. How this contract correlates with Dak and what you think of just about it in general when it comes to their team as well. I know I've spoken to some Seattle Seahawks fans and they were telling me some of them like it, some of them like, nah, we can't sign nobody else. But I don't know. I'm not a Seahawks fan, so I don't know what their cap space is like. But what I've heard is they got a little bit of money left over to do what they want with other players. But you give a guy that big of a contract, what can you do with the rest of your players? You still want to make sure that you got your guys straight. So like I said, I don't know their cap situation, so I can't really speak on that. But again, if y'all Seattle Seahawks fans, let me know what y'all think. So yeah, how this relates to Dak Prescott. Now, another interesting thing, Dak Prescott fired his old agent, I think at the end of this season. I think because he already knew, hey, I'm going to get this new contract. And I don't think this agent that I have right now that I've had since college is going to help me get the maximum money I need. So you know what Dak Prescott did? He fired him. He went and got Todd France. Creative something, one of the top sports agencies in the world right now. I mean, they have contracts they have clients of all sports. What's interesting is now Dak Prescott has the same agent as Drew Brees, J.J. Watt, and guess who else? Aaron Rodgers. That's interesting because Aaron Rodgers is making $33 million. So think about that. Put that in perspective for a second. Now, as I look at it, I'm gonna go into what I think Dak Prescott could get in a minute. But what I will say is, you look at the history, Dak Prescott's numbers. You can't compare them because they didn't come out of school at the same time. But what you can compare is the last 3 years. Their numbers are similar for 3 years, minus the fact that Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl his second year and went to another one, but lost it. But that was because of the coaching decisions. But we already know what happened with that, with the whole Marshawn Lynch and not giving the ball and throwing the ball and Malcolm Jenkins intercepting the ball and ultimately losing the Super Bowl. You already know what happened. So, again, Russell Wilson has a Super Bowl. He's played in the second one, but lost. He has 2 4,000-yard passing seasons in the last 7 years. He's thrown for 35 and 34 touchdowns in the past 2 years. Dak Prescott, actually, now if you look at Dak Prescott and what he's done in 3 years is phenomenal. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Tom Brady is the only quarterback that has more wins than Prescott since 2016. Fun fact. although you look at the numbers, Dak Prescott number isn't as good. You look at Dak Prescott as he hasn't he hasn't passed for 4,000 yards in his career yet. Well, more than 4,000 yards in his career yet, and he doesn't have more than 23 touchdowns in the last 3 seasons. Now, there's a couple of factors that play into that. Again, Cowboys play a different way. We're a run-first team, blase, blase. Got Zeke Elliott, run him into the ground, eat. Again, we know that aspect. But the thing is that you have to realize, also when you're looking at numbers, too, you have to look at the whole thing when you're looking at numbers. It's not just the numbers. It's situations. I'm a situational type of guy. So when I look at certain things, I'm like, look at the situation that Dak was in. First of all, Dak still succeeded with Scott Linehan trash ass coming in there with these trash ass plays, doing the same trash ass stuff, and being conservative. That's what we didn't need. I'm glad they got rid of him. Now, hopefully, Dak can be free and do him now with Kellen Moore at the helm. Now, Dak Prescott had multiple scoring touchdowns on himself, like rushing himself. So that took away from those touchdowns. I think he had 6 in one season or whatever. And, I mean, just phenomenally, the way that he runs the ball himself with that RPO. I mean, I love the way that when they do use it, I like when they do that with Dak Prescott because it gives him the opportunity to be versatile. If the lane is open, by all means, go for it. I mean, Dak is a big dude. He can handle it. Now, you don't want to put your quarterback in harm's way either. But at the same time, if it's there, take it. I'm not gonna sit here and look a gift horse in the mouth. Take it. So, as I look at Dak's numbers, as we've seen his numbers, those of you that, have been following the Cowboys for a long time, or the last 3 years in that matter, you know what Dak Prescott has done. I don't even need to say that. 2 division titles, 1 playoff win. But again, he ain't done yet. He's only begun his career. He is just starting and getting into his groove. Remember when I was telling you guys about the Dak friendly thing? That whole friendly crap never happen. It never maturated. Why? Because we were still running what Tony Romo did. You look at this year, I think this year is the start of something fresh. Think about it. Linehan is gone. Paul Alexander is gone. Derek Dooley is gone. You look at those coordinators that are gone. You look at what they have now. You got Mark Colombo in there now. You got Kellen Moore now taking over at the OC with his creative mind. You got Sanjay Lau now the quarterback. Running with the wide receivers and helping them get back to the techniques, basics. It starts from the basics. You got to get the basics down. So, and I think that it helps our wide receivers and it helps Dak tremendously. And I think that this year is going to be totally different. And then you bring in, you got Jason Witten back for those short yardage situations. Whenever you need him here and there for that safety blanket. I think that if they play their cards right, Dallas Cowboys can do some big things this year. Now, also, you look at Dak Prescott. Now, it's a couple of different things they can do. Let's just say, for instance, they don't get a contract deal done this offseason. They can franchise tag him next offseason before the date and just hold that until they figure out a deal next offseason. Now, think about it. Next offseason, I think we should be around about $90 million in cap space. Now, the Cowboys do have some money now to play with. They can get Amari Cooper and Dak done if they play their cards right this offseason. Zeke, I think they're also talking to his agent and they're talking to Byron Jones' agent. But I think that both Byron Jones and Zeke can wait to get re-signed next year because they were both first-round picks and they have that 5th-year option. So those guys can wait. You got to get Dak Prescott done because he's scheduled to make $2 million this year. Now, granted, he was making, before that, $800,000. Like, there were so many different backups in the league making more money than him. There's still a lot of backups in the league that make more money than him right now. So, knowing that Dak Prescott is now your franchise quarterback, he is a leader of this team. He's going to have more of a voice, and the team respects him. You got to pay him as such. That's the going rate for quarterbacks. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. You look at guys like Case Keenum and Jimmy Garoppolo and Kirk Cousins. They got paid solely off of the fact that that's what the market garnished. That's what the That's what the market value was for those guys. So you look at Dak Prescott now, and I say, me personally, I look at it like this, and I think I wrote this down. Let me put this. Okay, so I was putting some scenarios. So let's speculate. Let's speculate for a second. I'm gonna do this before I end this video. What I think that the Cowboys should do, and it will help on both ends. You're talking about you want player-friendly or team-friendly contracts. Now, with a quarterback, it's never really a situation where it's team-friendly because you got to pay a quarterback. That's the leader of your team. They got to know all the plays. They start with the ball. It is what it is. I mean, quarterback contracts are very tricky, and they're much different than any other skill level in the on the roster, and it's the most important position. Let's speculate something. So let me put this into your mental. 6 years, 168 million. That would be around 28 million per year. Let me say that again. Let's speculate Dak Prescott getting a 6-year, $168 million contract, $28 million a year. To me, you look at that, when you look at the grand scheme thing, well, why would you sign a player for 6 years? Well, you can spread that money out in 6 years. 28 mil, I think 20 million is ideal for Dak Prescott because you look at the going rate and what those other guys are getting. They're getting between 28 and 30 right now. I just said that Aaron Rodgers is getting 33. Now Russell Wilson is signed, he's getting 35. So I think 28 is fair. I wouldn't go over 30. I mean, I love Dak Prescott, but he still has to prove more to get over 30. Now, but we know what he can do, but his leadership skills. Him and Russell Wilson are the same with that. They are natural-born leaders. They're great quarterbacks that you want on your team outside of their skill set. So, to me, I think that's fair. I would give him 28 a year. I think that that's more than fair. A 6-year contract, lock him up. I mean, by the time he's, 30, 31, he could be ready for another small contract before he retires. And you got your guy. You got your guy because quarterbacks are hard. Your franchise quarterbacks are hard to find. So you get your guy. Dak started day one. He's shown this team that he's all in. He's shown this team that he's a leader. Yes, he's made mistakes. And yes, he's had games where he's had brain farts and you know, you look at it and it's like, why is he playing this bad? But I don't think that that's all on him. Yes, some of it is. But again, it's all about learning. It's about learning. And when I tell you guys that a good offensive coordinator makes a quarterback, you look at Jared Goff and what he has now with Sean McVay out there as his coach and doing different things. You look at Pat Mahomes and how good he's doing with that all-star squad he's got up there. So come on. Good offensive coordinator makes a difference, I'm telling you. Now, yes, your quarterbacks has to be good too, but I think that Dak is good enough to get you to the promised land. Granted, you have enough support around him. Now, I think Mark Holmes mentioned this in an earlier video that, you know, he's tired of people talking about Dak Prescott can only win with a team around him. Well, I agree with him. I'm tired of hearing it too because it's stupid. If you know anything about football, you know that even great quarterbacks need a team around them. You got to have somebody to throw the damn ball to. You got to have somebody to run the ball. And you damn sure got to have somebody to block for you, Vash Lombardi. And Vash Lombardi, no. You got to have blockers. And I agree with that as well. So I look at it like this. If you don't have blockers or somebody throw the ball, somebody run the ball, you limited as a quarterback. Look at Aaron Rodgers and look how that team faltered when they got rid of their players and got rid of their coach, Mike McCarthy. So, again, I'm just saying, put all that in perspective and understand that you got to read between the lines, y'all. It's read between the lines. It's more than what you see. It's more than what you hear. Don't always listen to all these talking heads because it's not beneficial to you. And it's not good for your brain. Because they're just out here for the money. Listen to us YouTubers. Now, again, we're not going to get it right all the time. But at the same time, I know me personally, I'm a realist, so I ain't gonna lead you wrong. So, before I end, I also want to say that if he does extend for that amount of money, that would actually turn, like this year, that would turn into actually 7 years, 170 mil, because he gets paid $2 million right now for this season, which would be about 28.3 million a year. So just put that in perspective. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. That's all I have for right now. But my personal opinion, I think that they need to go ahead and get Dak done now. Get Dak done. Get Amari Cooper done. They're already talking to all of their agents. We know it's been speculation that maybe Byron Jones is the odd man out, but I think that Byron Jones is definitely in tune, and he's definitely, they want him. They do. But I think that you can split these guys up. Get Dak done. Get Amari Cooper done this offseason before the season starts. You can even wait till training camp, but do it before the season. Go ahead and wait for Zeke and Byron Jones next year, because they both on 5th-year options. Do what you need to do. So let me know what you guys think in the comment box. Thanks again to all my subscribers. Appreciate you guys. It's your boy E2 Blue. Always keeping it real. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great evening.